Welcome back. This is Rich again, back for your exclusive YouTube video blog. Today's YouTube video blog is about the 2024 Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. Tell you about them and how they got to win their first Stanley Cup in their 31-year history. But first, these important messages. Don't forget to listen to Crystal's Time Machine each and every Friday and Saturday night from 9 to 11 p.m. on WCAP 980, where everybody gets it. If you can't catch the show live, listen to the podcast exclusively on archive.org. Goes back to October 2015. Follow Crystal on Twitter at Crystal Amy John and Machine Crystal. Follow her on Instagram at Crystal Johnson. Follow her on Facebook, the official Crystal's Time Machine Facebook page, the official Crystal's Time Machine group page and game show fan page, and follow her on YouTube at Crystal Johnson, one exclusive video a week. Follow me on Twitter at Chewy7, follow me on Instagram at Rich Sarasol, and say hello to Broadway Pizza, the official sponsor of Crystal's Time Machine. If you say the promo code Crystal's Time Machine, $2 off your meal. Okay, and now back to the feature presentation. Today's exclusive YouTube video blog is about the 2024 Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. They won their first Stanley Cup last night by beating the Edmonton Oilers in 7 games. They almost blew a 3-0 series lead. That would have been disastrous for the Panthers. Some background on the Florida Panthers. They first came in existence in 1993, owned by Blockbuster founder Wayne Huizenga, who also owned the Florida Marlins and the Miami Dolphins at the time. And for the first 5 years of the Panthers' existence, they played in the Miami Arena, which was a very small capacity. And for the first 4 years of their existence, the Panthers had decent success as an expansion team. They had head coach Roger Nielsen, and they had some good players like John Van Briesbroek, Brian Scudlin, and Scott Mellenby. They almost made the playoffs in the first 2 years of existence, missing it by a couple of points. In their third year, they broke through and made it all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals with their trap. And when they were hat tricks in the Miami Arena by the Panthers, they would throw rats. By 1998, the Panthers moved to Sunrise, Florida, and they actually acquired Pavel Bure in mid-1999. And actually, they made a playoff appearance in 2000, but they got bounced by the eventual Stanley Cup champions, the New Jersey Devils. And then from 2001 through 2012, the Panthers did not make the playoffs. Even though they had decent talent like Ed Jarowski, Jay Blummenwaza, Roberto Luongo, and a few others, they somehow were like almost dead last in the division. The attendance at the arena was pitiful. A lot of people says they should have moved the team to a city like Quebec City or Hartford, Connecticut, but the ownership was committed to the lease at Sunrise, Florida. They wanted to fulfill the 30-year commitment the team had for the arena in Sunrise, Florida. They had some decent success in 2012 and 2016, but they did not get out of the first round. But they turned it around when Dave Talon became general manager. He drafted right and added some good pieces, including Alexander Velasquez, and also Aaron Eckland, and a few others. They got Sergei Bobrovsky, and beginning in 2020, they started to make the playoffs every single year. But they would get bounced in the first round, 2020, in the preliminary round, the qualifying round, by the Islanders in 2021 by the in-state rivals, the Tampa Bay Lightning. In 2022, they had their most successful season, winning the President's Trophy. They beat the Capitals in the first round, but got swept by the in-state rivals, the Tampa Bay Lightning. They almost missed the playoffs in 2023, but they went on an impromptu Stanley Cup run by beating the Boston Bruins in 7 games, who had the best record in the NHL of all time for a regular season. And then they beat the Toronto Maple Leafs in 5 games, swept the Carolina Hurricanes, and lost in 5 games to the Las Vegas Golden Knights. But they built on their Stanley Cup run for this year, finishing first in the Atlantic Division, and then beating the Tampa Bay Lightning in 5 games, beating the Boston Bruins in 6 games, beating the Rangers in 6 games, and taking a 3-0 series lead against Edmonton Oilers, kind of dominating them the first 3 games. Sergei Bobrovsky would have probably won the Conn Smythe Trophy if the Panthers swept, but the Oilers came back in the series with domination by Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid, and also excellent goaltending by Stuart Skinner. They brought it to a 7th game, but the home crowd at the arena for the Panthers made the difference, and the Panthers won their first Stanley Cup ever after 31 years, and Sunrise, Florida is now a hockey market. I never thought I would see the day the Florida Panthers would win the Stanley Cup, and I think the Panthers have staying power, in my humble opinion. Maybe they will repeat as Stanley Cup champions, and Florida is becoming a hockey hotbed in the United States of America. Who would have ever thought about that? With Tampa and Florida. Hey, if the NHL ever decides to expand, maybe they could add a 3rd team in Orlando, Florida. That's about it on that. I will be back later for another exclusive YouTube video blog later on in the week. Thank you for all your support, and talk to you again soon. Bye now.